my Metaverse family, to On-Chain News, your #1 weekly series for all things crypto gaming news. In this week's episode, Dubai has entered the Sandbox. The Illuvium land sale date has been announced. The famous Tomb Raider franchise has been sold off to invest in the Metaverse. All of this and more in today's video. This video is brought to you by our sponsors, Gala Games. Let's begin with an unexpected surprise, but a welcome one for Metaverse fans. The famous Tomb Raider franchise has been sold off by the Japanese video game publisher Square Enix. They announced that they're going to be selling off the popular Tomb Raider franchise and other properties for $300 million, and they're going to be using the proceeds to invest in the blockchain, artificial intelligence, and cloud computing. It sounds like they were trying to raise funds in order to build the future of gaming, but part of me kinda just wishes they would have brought Tomb Raider into the Metaverse. At least they're moving in the right direction. And talking about moving in the right direction, let's talk about the biggest company behind NFT Games, which just partnered with world famous racing circuit. Animoca Brands has announced that it has secured licensing rights to include one of the most famous racetracks of the world, the Hockenheimer Ring. The racetrack will be integrated into the play-to-earn Rev Motorsports ecosystem, and NFTs will be sold representing partial ownership of the virtual racetrack. Holders of those NFTs will passively earn a portion of the entry fees, sponsorship, and/or event hosting revenue generated on that virtual racetrack. Continuing with Animoca Brands, which does seem to make a lot of news every week in the crypto gaming space, a major upcoming game has been announced to protect the environment. Animoca has invested in and partnered with Untamed Planet, a nature gaming startup, to build a 3D immersive metaverse in which players will be able to explore the world's most amazing wild landscapes, participate in quests, and collect NFT assets. Coined Play to Protect, a core element of Untamed Planet's mission is its commitment to give 50% of profits to nature, whereby the company donates, invests, or distributes a minimum of half of each project's profit directly to benefit nature conservation efforts in the real world. So that's pretty cool. Explore the virtual world and help out the real world. This model was successfully tested already in Untamed Planet's first game, which was built on the Roblox platform and has already generated 30 million plays since its launch in early 2021. Using the proceeds from this first game's transactions, it has already funded the adoption of a black rhino calf in Kenya and supported rangers protecting the eastern lowland gorillas of the Virunga National Park in Congo. That's pretty cool. Now let's move to something that doesn't quite make as much sense at first glance, but is a pretty interesting development. Would you like to have your favorite drinks in the Metaverse? Well, if your answer is yes, then this is good news for you, because Gatorade could help you stay hydrated in the Metaverse, or at least maybe your character. According to records submitted to the United States Patent and Trademark Office, the company with the original rights to market and produce Gatorade filed 2 applications for the word Gatorade and the sports drinks logo to be used in connection with virtual beverage products and NFTs. The filing suggests that Gatorade may be preparing to introduce its branded products to the Metaverse. If Gatorade does go meta, it will be joining a number of other major food and drink brands like Coca-Cola and McDonald's that are already exploring how to profit off the Metaverse. In my opinion, the only way this is gonna really work, bringing these real-world brands into the Metaverse, is if they can partner with game companies so that, for example, drinking Gatorade in the Metaverse can actually help your character in the game world. Now let's move on to some less exciting news, which is that the government is serious about the Axie Infinity hack, and it was a big hack, $600 million stolen. Crypto Mixer has been sanctioned by the US Treasury for for its role in the Axie Infinity hack. The United States Treasury Department Office of Foreign Asset Control, also known as OFAC, because that's an acronym you really need to have memorized, announced that it was sanctioning cryptocurrency mixer Blender.io for its role in laundering proceeds from the hacking of Axie Infinity's Ronin Bridge. According to the OFAC, Blender.io processed $20.5 million of the approximately $620 million stolen from Axie Infinity. Now let's move on to some happier news, and that is that Serie A has hosted the first ever live football showing in the metaverse. Real sports are not the only things that are entering the metaverse. Even countries are entering the metaverse, which brings us to Dubai, which has just entered the Sandbox. The Dubai Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority, or VARA, has purchased land in the Sandbox as part of its plans to set up a metaverse headquarters. This makes Dubai's VARA the world's first regulator to make its debut in the metaverse. While this might not be a popular place to visit in the metaverse, it is a very interesting direction for governments to be headed in. The director of the Dubai World Trade Center Authority said, quote, "VARA's acquiring land in the Sandbox is symbolic of our belief in this sector, and the onus is on us as a government to be the bridge that allows investors and consumers to safely adopt and collaboratively scale the economy." This actually makes a ton of sense. If the government's going to be trying to regulate and ensure safe investing in the metaverse, don't they need to be the ones that understand it the best? And honestly, this transition to the metaverse is accelerating, partly thanks to Ready Games, which is starting to help developers upgrade their traditional games to Web3 Ready Games, thus the name. Ready Games are providers of developer and creator tools for the Web3 community and will launch a new ecosystem with the goal of incentivizing Web2 game creators to explore and switch to Web3 with minimal development time and cost. This is super cool. This ecosystem will include the utility token Aura, A-U-R-A, and a set of developer tools specifically aimed to bring mobile Web2 games into Web3 while staying in compliance with Apple and Google App Store rules, which so far has been a big barrier for Web3 games like Axie Infinity. The ecosystem will also allow artists to create and upload styles and gadgets to be purchased and traded within Ready Games, while players will be rewarded in an indirect way to get around these lousy App Store rules, which totally need to change anyway. Now let's move on to LootRush, an NFT marketplace for crypto gamers in particular, and closed on Thursday a seed round of $12 million led by crypto firm Paradigm, with participation from Andreessen Horowitz, the venture capital firm in Silicon Valley that backs bold entrepreneurs building the future through technology. According to the company, LootRush aims to become like Steam as a distributor of PC games, but for the blockchain and NFT-based video games. Very similar to what Gala Games is doing, which is an ecosystem I am probably the most bullish on in the crypto gaming space. Talking about Gala Games, we have just gotten some more details regarding the most rewarding month of the year, which is May Mayhem. You can win a special feed bot NFT that will help you with some of the important jobs in TownStar if you collect 10 TownStar referrals during the month of May. You can also qualify to receive Gala tokens by referring 6 players to SpiderTanks, but each of them must win at least one match to count. Now let's close with a very anticipated launch. Illuvium Zero's land sale date has been announced. While the name Illuvium catches many people's attention, it's important to note that this land sale is for their upcoming land management game, Illuvium Zero. Illuvium Zero is a top-down city builder focused on developing plots, producing resources, and upgrading buildings. The game will exist in the same world as the Illuvium overworld, the creature catching and battling game. However, it is not clear exactly how much interaction there will be between between the two games. Although I do believe that resources mined in Illuvium 0 are going to be needed for players in the Illuvium overworld. So there is going to be some big economic ties here. The land sale begins on the 2nd of June at 9 a.m. UCT with the first 20,000 plots available out of only 100,000 land plots total in the game. Owning land allows you to harvest fuel, which, as I said, is going to be used in the main Illuvium crypto game. Approximately 5% of all in-game revenues are going to go to landholders. Illuvium will host this land sale in the Illuvidex, and after the purchase, you'll be able to mint the NFTs on IMX. So there you have it, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this week's news. If you did, remember to drop a big thumbs up on this video, as that will help us out a ton in the YouTube algorithm. And also don't forget to hit subscribe if you want to see more crypto gaming news videos like this one and full breakdowns of different crypto gaming metaverses. Until next time, everyone, remember, the future is in the metaverse.